Cara is actually the oldest, but only by 20 minutes. She's here with her twin Mariah. Why don't you stand up, Mariah? And my baby Michaela. Stand up, and I also have my niece Mariana. Mariana, stand up. Mariana. The smartest Cuomo is my older sister Margaret, who has nothing to do with politics. She became a doctor, Margaret. And Mariana is Margaret's daughter. It's such a pleasure for us to be here. We are on a combination trip, we call it. The combination is we're doing a little sightseeing, and a little seeing New York, all of New York. We're going to see all 62 counties by the time the campaign is over. So we're sightseeing, a little family time, a little enjoying an RV, and watching Dad drive the RV, and holding our breath while Dad drives the RV. I feel a little bit like Robin Williams in that movie in the RV. And a little bit combination, let's get Dad elected governor while we're doing all of the above. So that's what we're doing, and it's such a pleasure to be here. My father, as the sheriff mentioned, my father had a very special relationship, not just with Watertown and Jefferson County, but my father was literally here. We just were looking at pictures of him when he was here. So it does my heart good to be here, and I'm glad that my children got to see where their grandfather was, and people who respect and appreciate what their grandfather did. Sheriff, thank you very much for saying that. It means a lot. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me for my children to hear about their grandfather and what their grandfather did for the state of New York. He was a great, great man. Sheriff, thank you very much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. Nancy, thank you very much for the kindness and for the support. My colleagues from Albany are also here, Dee Dee and Addie, who you saw, and Darrell, Senator Overtime, sorry, Assemblywoman, Senator. But you really have three of the best who are serving your community, and you're very lucky. They've been great colleagues to me, and we're doing a lot of good work together, and we're trying very hard, and we're going to do even better. We're going to do even better. And that's what today is all about. And thank you all for taking the time to come out. This is an important election. I believe in my lifetime, this is probably the most important election for the state of New York, because I really believe the state is at a fork in the road. And what we determine here and what we do here is going to determine the future for the state of New York. And if we don't fix, frankly, what we're doing, it's going to be a different state. And it will not be the great state that we grew up in. On the other hand, if we get our house in order, and we clean up the government, and we get the government working once again, we'll make this state better than it's ever been. They sell the house because they're upside down in the mortgage, because the value of the home came down, so they can't pay off the mortgage, but they can't pay the taxes, the property taxes, to stay in the house. Upstate New York has some of the highest property taxes in the nation. In the nation. Many areas proportionately higher than downstate when you look at the percentage of the home value. It's the property taxes. And you know why the property taxes are high? The number of local governments we have. That's not state government, that's the number of local governments. We have over 10,500 local governments. Town, village, lighting district, water district, sewer district. You add up all those districts. Over 10,500, not just about electing a governor. We've elected governors in the past. One person is not going to change Albany. Alone, one person is not going to change Albany. Albany will change when the people demand that Albany changes. You know when democracy works? When the people are energized and when the people are motivated. And when the people speak. That's when democracy works, and that's when Albany will change. I'm going to do my part. But the best thing I can do is organize the people of this state. And organize the people in the state into a chorus that says enough is enough, We're afraid to even open the newspapers because we're ashamed of what we read about the state government. We want it changed, and we want it changed now, and we want that state living within its means when it comes to spending money. We want a property tax cap so we're not getting taxed out of our home. We want integrity in government, and we want confidence in government, and we want it now. In government, and we want it now. That's what I want to do with this campaign. I want to get myself elected in November because I think I can help. But more, I want the people organized and mobilized so in January we can change the trajectory of the state. And that's what we're doing on this RV tour. That's what I'm going to be doing all throughout the campaign. Don't just elect me governor. Join a crusade, join an effort to actually change all this. And my last point is this. And looking at the picture of my father reminded me. I was with a group of college kids a few weeks ago, and they were talking about the state government, and I was supposed to be talking to them about the state government. And they're talking about the state government, and I'm talking about the state government. But it's clear that we're talking about two different things. And what they were talking about, I couldn't relate to, and what I was talking to about, they couldn't relate to. First I thought it was just an age thing. You know, I tell me about age, you got me a little paranoid about that age thing now. You just don't get it, Dad, you're too old. But that's not what it was. The state government that they know, past 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, that state government is something that I don't know. And what I know state government to be, they never heard about it. I don't know from this state government in Albany now that you're seeing in the newspapers. I don't know what that is. It's not the state government that I know. It's not the state government that I saw as a boy when I was not much older than these guys. And my father took me to Albany, and I watched government leaders, and I watched men and women of tremendous talent and men and women of tremendous integrity come together to help their state and help their families and help their communities. That's what I saw. I saw men and women of principle and integrity and dignity, and they were role models. They were role models. I'm a senator, I'm an assemblyman, I'm a governor, I'm a lieutenant governor. They were role models. And young people looked at them and said, boy, I want to do that with my life. I want to help make a difference. I want to be a person of respect in my community who actually affects change. That's the state government I know. I know a state government that was the best state government in the United States. I spent, things are on principle. They're about the people. At the end of the day, you shake hands, and the handshake means something. And at the end of the day, you do the people's business, and the government works, and you pass the law, and you pass the budget, and you balance the budget, and you make this state the empire state. We have everything in this state that any other state has. No state has anything over on New York State. We have the geography, we have the diversity, we have the history, we have everything. Agricultural sector, financial sector, best schools, best healthcare institutions, we have everything. The one thing we haven't had is a state government that is as good as the people of this state. That's the one thing we've been lacking. That's what we're going to change this November. That's what this election is about. That's what the campaign is about. That's what you organizing is about. That's what you getting involved with is all about. Let Dee and Addie and Daryl and I work in a place that can really make a difference for you. That's what this campaign is all about. And thank you for having me. Thank you and God bless.